Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
I was trying to speak to you in Morse code this morning. Morse?
No, with the dots and the dashes.
Morse code?
Yeah, Morcus.
Do you know Morse code?
No.
Do you know what is?
It's probably like SOS or
That's
something.
it, dude. There you go,
look
man.
there.
Man.
Woo, I just saved us.
Saved us.
Saved us.
Save our ship this morning because it's sinking.
Yeah,
It's
save it.
sinking on this faithful Friday. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's going on, Billy? Look, I'm just going to sit here and like talk to you like that. Hey, Billy, what's going on? I'm going to sit here and browse Facebook while I'm talking. Hey, man, how you
I
doing?
want to browse Facebook.
What are you up to, buddy?
That's where I get all my news and information.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, how was it? You know, have you ever been like that, though? You're talking to somebody or they start talking to you and then they're like this, and then you're replying to them and they're not even listening, and you say something and they're like, oh, yeah, great. And you just talked about like your dog dying.
Yeah, yeah, and they're just general. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. And, you know, you're taught to shake your head like you're actually listening. So I'm going to do some practice here. Yeah, Billy, it's good to see you this morning.
You know, it's like my new office. There's a television in there that I keep on the weather channel.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
See, no. No, what's up? You got the weather? You got moved in.
I got moved in.
What's it like?
But now the problem is I'm easily distracted by that doggone television.
You're in the middle of like a pre-planning session. Hold on just a minute.
Oh, they're getting rain and Bosie.
I can't wait till – well, I can wait. I don't want to like grow up anymore. I just want to hang tight where I'm at right now. But when I get older, I already talk about the weather. It's funny, all the things when you're younger that you hear everyone else talking about, i.e. bodily functions,
Yeah.
i.e. weather, i.e. people speeding down the road. I'm talking about all those things now.
It just comes so natural.
What else you going to talk about?
I was somewhere the other day, and there was like three people, and they were in a huddle, and it was where I could hear them, and they just automatically, as soon as they came together, they started talking about the weather, and I'm like, that right there, you know why you're talking about the weather? Because you have nothing else.
When I had my computer business, Billy, we'd make house calls. We would go into people's homes, and I I don't know if it was revolutionary, but nobody else was really doing it then, to be honest. There wasn't a big company that was saying, hey, we're going to come to your house. You bring everything to us. Mm-hmm. So for us in our region, I guess you could say it was kind of revolutionary. We were one of the first to do it. We would get, there was another computer company in town. It's funny, I used to work for them back in junior high. But it all started because of a buddy of mine named Brian Jameson. Never forget Brian. One of the nice guys back in my hometown. And Brian invested in me, and he was a few years older than me, not much, but I met him playing basketball at the rec center. This dude was like, 22, running a all-state insurance agency.
Wow.
I was like, man, this guy's got it going on, But he was just down-to-earth, nice guy. He's from East Texas, so that ought to tell you something.
That's credit right there.
There's no credit, don't sweat it. And he was just a nice guy, and then he started connecting me. I noticed that he was real big, and he was involved in the community and had no arrogance to him or nothing. He just wanted to take care of people, to help people. And he connected me to a guy named David Wolf, and David Wolf and their family owned a ton of property. His daddy bought land for $50 an acre years and years ago, and the family, was able to turn around and resell it for $50,000 an acre.
Yeah, I wish I knew when that sale was happening again.
Yeah. But his daddy worked his tail off, though. He was running a gas station. David's dad was running a gas station when he was 15 years old in Johnson City. I mean, he was business-minded. Came to Georgetown, didn't have anything. In fact, I heard a story. They were living in the basement of the First Baptist Church there in my hometown for a while until they really got on their feet. And just kept working, plugging on. David told me a story, and I wish I could be this dad. I really do. David said my dad would get up so early, he'd run in, and he started running gas. He started selling Gulf gas. You remember Gulf? Mm-hmm. He was a Gulf gas distributor, and they bought land, and they had the tanks there in town, and so the trucks would come in and fill up and go about their way. I don't know why that was a distribution hub, but it was, and that's what his dad got into that. His dad ran the feed store in town, and he ran a couple of gas stations. And he told me this story that distinctively stood out. He said, my daddy would get up. And there's also something special about a person that calls their dad daddy when they're 50, 60 years old.
Okay. I'll give him that.
And so he said, daddy would get up and he would go into that feed store at 3, 4 in the morning and get a bunch of work done early. And then he would come back and have breakfast with us. And we didn't even know that he was gone for 2 hours because we were still sleeping. So then he'd come back, have breakfast with us, and then go back to the office. And that's what he did. And he did that for years, and it was just a good story to hear, that kind of connection. And then you fast forward, and Brian connects me to David. I never knew Jay Wolf Sr., David's dad. I knew David's mom because she went to church. We called her Betty. She would call you Hollywood Handsome if she liked you. She called me Hollywood Handsome. If she didn't like you, she'd tell you. She's very blunt. But she was one of those, either she liked you or she didn't. We'll just put it that way. Well, I ended up getting to know David, though, through Brian, and then the connection with David. And I said, I know your mother. She goes to our church. And then, and then from there, it was just, we developed a good friendship. Well, David came to me one day, and he had a real estate business that he was just starting, and he said, can you help me do a website? And this was before you could go online and build them real easy. I said, sure. So I built a website for him. He was very happy with it. And he said, I'd like to help you out, young man. I'd like to invest in your business. I said, well, I don't really have a business. He goes, well, yeah, you do. You have intellectual knowledge. I'd like to buy into that. Never heard of that before. And so I was 19 years old, going on 20. And I was working for a company that sold batteries online. It was called Battery Wholesale. I redid their whole website, and this was during all the .com stuff, right after the burst when it was kind of rejuvenating. Mm-hmm. I guess you could say, well, it was right around the burst, 2000, 99, 2000. Continuing on the story, David wrote me a check, and here I was 19, 20 years old, and I had in today's standards, it wasn't a fat check, but back then it was like, man, this is what am I going to do with this, And he bought into my business, and he became a partner. And the way that we structured it was very neat, the way he structured it. He started out as a 75% owner. I was a 25%. And every year it would go up 5 or 10% until we met in the middle. Mm-hmm. And you fast forward and all these things. And eventually I was able to buy him out, and we're still friends to this day. I talk to him a lot. But you never know how these connections are going to work in life. And, you know, I go back and I thought about Brian. He was the guy that started that. And, you know, think about that this morning. Maybe that's the inspiration already today. Is the things that you're doing today, you never know what difference that's going to make in somebody's life. For me, it started by a guy playing pickup basketball at the Georgetown Rec Center and ultimately led me to where I'm at today. And I'm sure you've got folks in your life, you know, that have kind of carried you along and helped. I know Greg has been an incredible mentor for you in this business.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When you're talking about that guy getting up early and going and working, it reminds me of Jacqueline's grandparents had a tire shop here in town. And back then, you know, everything was kind of on credit. You know, people, their fleets, you know, whoever, they would come in, get tires, service, whatever they needed. And, you know, you would just write it down and then, you know, you'd send them a bill. Well, when people would get behind on their bill, Jacqueline's grandmother would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, make a pot of coffee, sit at the dining room table, and just call the people at 4 o'clock in the morning to tell them that, you know, they owed money.
That's better than 6 p.m., right?
Well, like she says, you call and wake somebody up once or twice at 4 o'clock in the morning, they will come pay that bill. So, yeah, just that when you were talking about that guy getting up early and going to work, all I could think is a grand sitting there with her coffee and her ledger calling people.
I didn't know how to collect money when I had my computer. I really didn't. I didn't know how to collect money. We have these assessment tests that we have here at church now to kind of help figure out. I'm not a fan of like, oh, you're a encourager.
Are you a gold?
The strength finders, they call it.
Yeah.
I don't base somebody off what a test says about them. I base somebody off of sitting down with them, shaking their hand and saying, how are you? It doesn't mean I discredit that stuff, but I think so many corporate entities put such an emphasis on that they label people. I just want to get to know you. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you're an encourager or a sympathizer and all this jazz. Just let me know who you are. Let's go sit down and have, break bread together and let's talk. Now, with that being said, those things do help, but you don't put those labels on people and think that's the way that you're going to get to know somebody. And, you know the story. I won't go into details, but that's kind of what happened to me at a previous place. Someone came in and didn't really have a management background, had a marketing background, but decided to read books on how to manage people. And the book said, run these tests. And so here I was getting labeled into this strength finders jazz. And that's what everything from that moment was built upon. And I was like, this isn't who I am. Just sit down and know people. What do you need? Can I help you? What's going on in your life? That's the best way to know people. But
can I help you or can I stay away from you?
Yeah. So anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that, Billy. I have no clue. Had a good point, and I forgot. I just went just like that, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so it's not. I have no idea. But anyway, hey, we got a good show lined up as we get rolling here on this new episode on a Faithful Friday. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us and joining us. Episode number 436. As we have our friend Carla Christian joining us, Don joining us too, and Carla is with the Josie Scout Lodge. A little chili at the lodge coming up soon. We already had a little chili this past week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had the chilly weather, that's for sure.
Couldn't eat it, but, what did you do, man? Did it snow out at y'all's place? Which you, by the way, found out you live near Josie over there?
Yeah.
Right?
It snowed at my place? I can't tell you.
No,
I was at the funeral home.
Oh, okay. But Josie was on the show the other day.
Yeah. Well, she, we're friends on Facebook, and she posted a picture, and I said, crap, I know that house. I used to mow that yard when I was a kid. It's right down the street from my place, and that,
So you were working though. You were at the funeral home that
Yes.
morning. Okay.
I was in my office watching the snow gather on the satellites at the cable place next door.
You were watching the Tulsa
Between
weather.
that and the Weather Channel, buddy, I was Huntsville Command Central.
You're sitting here like this, glued to it. Oh, hold on, man. Hey, honey, we got a new radar on the screen. There's little shades of blue in there. It's coming.
This just in.
It was good. I took the kids out. We had a little fun, but I realized, man, I hate to admit I'm a bad dad, man. I need to take better care of myself. That's why I say that, because I had no energy. I never have energy anymore whatsoever. And I was excited, but I was also kind of dreading going outside because I knew all the energy that it would take to get my children and it literally took an hour, got them all bundled up and then of course Braylon starts pulling off her mittens. We still had a Fargo collection on us. Mm-hmm. I found all of her Fargo clothes. So I got her bundled up, and then I was sitting there, wait, what about Caden? We didn't have him when we were up there, so we didn't have a bunch of Fargo clothes for Caden.
Just wrap him in a blanket.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny you mentioned that. I did have a jacket, of course, and all that, but we didn't have gloves for him, so I put some socks over his hands, and that worked. He had some socks on his hands for gloves. I put a hat on him, a little beanie. He didn't want to wear that. By the time he got out there, he pulled it off, but we spent maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then Caden decided to go sit in the curb where the water was running because the road was still hotter than freezing. So here's the water rushing. I was like, "Come on, son!" And so right after that, it was time to go in. So we made it 20 minutes, but it was the type of snow that wasn't wet, so you couldn't really pack it together. It was a dry snow. You get all excited, like, oh, that's what we thought when we got to Far. Oh, man, it's going to be cool. The snow in Far, you can't pack it together. It just does not clump together because it's so cold and so dry.
It's not tidy snow, doesn't clump.
No, you can't put it in the litter box. It don't work. Oh, man. So, anyways, a lot of you joining us this morning. We want to hear from you. A lot of you are already commenting in. Do us a favor, like and share this broadcast as we get rolling.
And send a check.
Send a check. If you don't, make it out to Billy.
Please,
today,
directly.
Let's make it out to Billy. He's been on the show for 2 years now, and he has never earned a dime. And, in fact, he's paid me. And so I'd like for y'all to repay him this morning.
Yeah, you can Venmo me or whatever.
Yeah, just show up with a $10 bill. That'd be a really good one.
That's fine. As long as I ain't got to dance to get it.
Yeah. But no, we are happy to be here. Big thank you, as always, to Elliot Herzig from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, on this faithful
Dude, your
Fabulous
sister's
Friday.
calling you out, man.
What's she saying? Oh, she said, dude, I'm almost 50 and I got more energy than you. Yeah, rub it in, sis. Rub it in. Great.
Isn't that a muscle pain reliever commercial? Rub it in, rub it in.
Hold on, what is that? You just made me think of something. Da-na-na-na. Wow.
Again, you're welcome.
Rub it in. What is that? Aspercream?
Something.
It's like the Shaq Icy Hots. Remember those? No, the best one was John Madden. And it was the athlete's feet, and he'd go, boom, tough actin, tenactin. You remember those?
I remember that, but I'll never forget the Tux medicated.
Yeah, the Tux ones were the best with the match. All right.
Speaking of which, we're going to be talking about chili here in a little bit.
Yeah, so get your medicated pads ready because the chili cook-off is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Big thank you, as always, of course, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are taking care of families and have been since 2002. Hey, before we take a break, thank y'all for the that other night was very informative. I know you've been on the show since then, but that was an informative night a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm really
the legacy.
I'm not upset that I missed it because I had something else very important to do, but I really wish I'd have been there because I heard it was a really good time, great meal.
Yeah, we had close to 30 people come to that. About 10 of them were the presenters and some other folks. So we had about 20 from the church. But, man, it was great. We had food catered in from Farmhouse over there. And, by the way, one other thing. I keep going off here. But, I said I wanted to make it a better habit of plugging local businesses this year on the show and on our platform. Now, of course, you guys pay, and we want to always take care of the folks, obviously, who support us financially. But I do want to reach out to the community, and this morning you went by some man.
I did. I went to the Mayflower.
The Nina, what is it? The Nina Pinta and Santa Maria,
something like that. Yeah.
And then the Mayflower.
I don't know what ship I got on, but they had donuts.
Look at that one.
So
it won't be long till your ship comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
That sugar diabetes starts kicking in.
Yeah. And if you've got it,
yeah,
you better check it and check it often, and then you call Liberty Medical.
They'll send those testing strips right to your door.
Yeah. These, by the way, come with testing strips now. So when you go to the Mayflower, you just say, I'd like half a dozen of donuts and a half a dozen of diabetic testing strips.
Well, you just tell them you want the diabetic special, and they just know what to do.
And
you know what's crazy? That box of donuts, I was really impressed, because other places in town, you go a half dozen donuts, it's $39. That was $4.
Really?
Yeah.
I go in there at least once a week now and get that chicken salad sandwich.
Yes. Excuse me, I said Mayflower. I just lied to y'all. We plugged the wrong business. It's okay. They're owned by the same guy.
Yeah, they are. Is it across?
Donut Wheel.
Okay.
I went to Donut Wheel.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that because the other day,
go to Mayflower. Get your donuts there. Who cares?
Yeah. I was at Donut Wheel, and a phone call came in, and I saw it, and I wasn't like prying in, but on the caller ID they had them just regular old phones, and it said Mayflower, and she was talking, okay, and they hung up, and I said, Mayflower, isn't that your competition? And she laughed. She goes, no, that's my family. Like, we work together.
Like, do they consider, like, the Donut Wheel a satellite store or something, and Mayflower's the mothership?
And it's literally, you could throw a baseball right over across the street.
Yeah, I don't know why they call. They should have just stepped out and went, hey, Maria, we're running low.
Donut Wheel is, you know what I love about the Donut Wheel? And I just want to say this on a serious note. You know, they take care of people. And we all know Brandon, and I'm so thankful that they allow him to come in there and just warm up and just have a place to rest. And that really made a big impression with me one day when I went in there. And Brandon was in there resting. I said, man, that's the heart of this community and the heart of small businesses. There's folks who have been through unimaginable things that we have no clue about. And here's a young man, who's just living life and doing what he does, and he doesn't bother anybody, and that place allows him to come in there, and that just really, to me, that warmed my heart the first time I ever saw. I said, God bless those people for doing that, because as a business owner, you can say, well, here's somebody, I don't want them coming in here. And you know what I love about it too? I've been in there numerous times when he's in there, and people will get him something. And he don't ask for nothing. That dude's never asked for anything from anybody.
Maybe I should just start hanging out there.
Go in there, man. Maybe
they have the same sign behind the register that they had when I was a kid. Like, they've updated the prices, but nothing else.
What is it?
At the Donut Wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, that was the donut place.
The Donut Wheel. Was Mayflower across the street?
I believe so.
So they've been running that operation for a while. They probably have an underground tunnel too, where they
at the bank with the little tube.
Yeah. Hey, we're out of donut holes. All right, we'll send you some more.
God, I got a funny bank story for later. I'm almost 50 years old, and I just now learned how to officially use those things. Been using them my whole life, but I got corrected the other day by the people at the bank. So
we'll talk about it a little bit later. It's the Billy Cawthon bank story.
I got learnt on something special.
Got learned. That's a new segment. I got learnt by Billy Cawthon. Hey, restaurant report coming today too. We will tell you where we're going to eat. We are going to eat today at noon, so make sure you come join us as we support a great local business here in the community. Where are we eating? Well, you got to stay locked in to find out. We'll leave you with that. Let's take a break. We are giving away Cafe Texan gift cards today, and I'm going to throw in a little something.
I thought we were giving away tickets to the game.
Oh, yeah. I've got some Sam Houston men's basketball tickets from last night. If you'd like to text in to win, you can't use them, but you could hang them up in a scrapbook or something if you'd like to.
Whatever you want to do with them. Totally up to you.
Put them in a scrapbook, pretend that if you need an alibi for something, we'll go ahead and you can get them. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was here, man.
No, we are giving away Cafe Texan gift card for all of you that have been texting in this week, and I'm going to throw in a little something extra as well. And so make sure that you text in. All you got to do is text in your name. I don't have a keyword this week, but text in your name,
Social Security number, and address.
Yeah, and put in your credit card number too.
Our banking routing number is fine either way. If you don't feel safe putting your credit card out there.
Yeah, ACH takes a few days, so you can feel a little more safe knowing that it's not going to come out of your account right away.
Yeah.
So
it's easier to dispute that way.
Text in your name. Along with your text in your name, no keyword, text it in on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line. That number, 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. As always, our Friday is brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, or as some friends call it, Sam Houston Walker Houston Elementary Memorial Funeral Home. They've been serving your family since 2002.
I think he knows now because he's not really talking to me the way he used to. Thanks, Rob.
Website online, shmfh.com. We'll be back in a moment. Carla, Christian, and friends join us at your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville on this very wonderful, fabulous, and faithful Friday. Stay with us, please.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA. Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
Breaker 19, good buddy, over.
Yeah, I got a copy on you, Rob. Go ahead.
What's your 20 there?
I'm sitting in your studio, sir.
Okay.
Hey, I like those updated radios that beep when you're done.
Oh, yeah. Roger. Hey, welcome back at as we continue on.
He'll unmute you here in just a second.
I got him muted.
You've been muted.
It's 30 degrees this
Is that
morning.
how we treat our guests around here?
Horrible. 30 degrees, sunny today, 55 tonight, 37. No freeze tonight. Rain back into forecast on Sunday. 90% chance. Saturday it comes in as well, so get ready. But, hey, we are here, and, I'm going to do something a little different this morning. I'm going to let Billy kind of take it over here because I always said, we have guests on. I'm over here yakking. Billy, over to you, man.
All right. I thought you were going to introduce, and then I was going to.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
See, we don't ever follow through with anything that we're supposed to do. We're going to do.
Yeah. Our phrase here is, ain't nobody got time. Welcome in, Carla Christian, Josie Scout Lodge, good friend of ours. Carla, good to see you.
I'm happy to be back. It's great to see you guys.
There we go. Carla. Oh, you know what, Carla? There we go. Carla, good to see you.
Good morning.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back. I always enjoy coming to visit with you guys.
Well, we got to pay you big dollars. We had to really roll out the red carpet this morning. We got over to Walker County Federal Credit Union, took out a line of credit to get him here this morning, along with Carla. Don Cullum, he is from Houston, the International Chili Society Homestyle World Champion, as we call it here, according to Carla, now us, chili royalty. Welcome in, Don.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having us.
It was a red chili carpet that we rolled out.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, I guess first and foremost, we need to know why we're doing chili at the lodge. Miss Carla, you want to touch on that?
Sure. Chili at the Lodge is the primary fundraiser for Josie Scout Lodge. Of course, we manage 2 historic buildings. But the primary reason that we're there is to support the youth of Walker County, both boys and girls.
Awesome. All right, Don, you want to touch on what we can expect next Saturday?
So, yeah, this is going to be a great cook-off. This is our 4th year to do this, and Carla reached out a few years back, and we talked about having a chili cook-off there as a fundraiser. But it's turned out to be a fantastic event. It's recognized across the country as one of the nice chili cook-offs that we have. So this cook-off is actually sanctioned by the International Chili Society. So what that means is that the winners of the categories that they're competing in, and the International Chili Society recognizes 4 different categories. We'll have all 4. We're going to have traditional red chili, chili verde, a home-style chili, and a veggie chili. So all the winners this weekend will qualify for the International Chili Society World Championship next fall.
Awesome.
So we literally have cooks coming in from all over the country that are going to be competing. We have a lot of folks here. A lot of the cooks will be here from Texas, of course. We've got cooks in from Louisiana. We'll have cooks from Arizona. We've got a couple driving in from Livonia, Michigan. So they come from all over. It's a very, very well run. Carla and her team do a fantastic job hosting this cook-off. So.
Let me toss something else in here. Don was talking about the ICS competition. We're actually running 3 chili cook-offs simultaneously. ICS is part of it, but we also have a community adult division that anyone age 18 or above can compete in. And for ages 10 through 17, we have community youth division. And within each division, they're only competing against one another. So if you want to come out and cook chili, don't hesitate to do that. You can cook with the big dogs, but you don't have to.
And here's one of the neatest things about the cook-off and the way she structured this with these community cook-offs is the International Chili Society is a sanctioned event, and most of those cooks are on the quote-unquote the chili circuit competing. But Carla has had this community division, and every year we'll have some of those community cooks that cooked in the community division last year jump over into the sanctioned competition for the next year. We've had those, and some of them have done quite well. So it's really exciting to get them exposed to kind of the chili world in a non-threatening environment. But they realize that, you know what, I can cook a good pot of chili. That's all that really matters.
You know, I've seen Mr. Williams was one a couple years ago. He won the community, and oh man, that guy got into it. I mean, he
did. He had a great time, and he's registered to come back and cook again this year.
Awesome.
So we actually have from the International Chili Society competition. We have a 2 days. So the first day on Saturday is a public event. Mm-hmm. Saturday is a cooks only event, and the winner of the community adult division on Saturday, well, part of his prize for that win is he gets one cook-off membership in the International Chili Society competition and comes back and cooks Sunday with the ICS cooks. Scott did that our very first year. Mr. Williams did that the very first year, and he placed 3rd in the homestyle division his first time out. And it wasn't, but a couple of months later, I was cooking beside him in, I think, Azle, Texas, at another ICS sanctioned event, and he's had a really, really good time with that too. So looking forward to seeing him.
He is a competitive guy.
Yes, he is. Fun to be around. That's
exactly what I was going to say. He is fun to be around.
Well, Carla, you know it's I wanted to say this, and no disrespect to the chili, because I think what you guys do is amazing. I didn't feel like I should have said this at where were we at, Cafe Texan, when we saw Carla last? You came on?
Yeah.
It was just in my mind, and I got to say it. Whenever y'all were saying ICE, which is International Chili Society.
Were you thinking IBS?
Yes. Yeah. Do you remember this, Carla? Do you remember this? And I said,
I do, but I'm trying to block it out.
So come
there
on.
we go.
Out.
Hey, he gave me a chance. I was doing something serious. But hey, this laughing and cutting up. This will be my third. What year are we on? 4?
This is 4, and you've been there since the beginning.
I've been there since it was 16 degrees outside. Yeah,
that
was the very first one.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit. This laughing and cutting up and carrying on is exactly what you will see at these guys that are competing against one another. They're friends.
Yeah.
And they're having a good time. And when you show up, you get to have part of that good time.
Yeah.
And they are the friendliest, most open group of people you will ever want to meet. They will share cooking tips with you. They will share their chili with you. They will welcome you in. They will answer your questions. I love getting to see these guys.
It's really neat. It's really a chili family. Mm-hmm. And cooks, it's not as cutthroat as some other competitions. Don't get me wrong, everybody wants to win. Mm-hmm. But if you've got a cook that runs low on something or forgot something, and you got another cook that's got it, they're going to let them have it. And that.
What I've always found neat, I hate to cut you off there, but if I don't say something, I'll just forget because that's how this thing works. These guys, they're guys and gals are cooking with these little pop-up awnings or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like they just have a little folding table up there and they cook a pot of chili and they're done. They decorate those things. I mean, they have a theme. There's one guy that was in the Marine Corps and his thing's decked out. Isn't he the guy that does Reveille in the morning or something?
He is, yep.
Yeah, it's a hoot. These guys they're crazy. They're nice. And like when you go to their little booth and you're like, what's the secret ingredient? And you're thinking they're going to tell you to get lost. He'll be like, oh, it's this.
They'll show you the labels on the can so you know what brand to buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don, I wanted to hear just from you. You're from Houston, but you got connected to this event. I guess the first question, how long have you been a part of this? Now, how did you and Carla get connected?
So Carla and I have known each other for years through the scouting program.
Okay, great.
And we've volunteered for our council in various activities. And so we'd known each other. I went to school here at Sam Houston alum, class of 83. When Carla reached out and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this chili thing as a fundraiser for the lodge, I just said, I'm in. Yeah, tell me what you want to do. And then we talked about having this thing sanctioned by the International Chili Society. So the history, there's really 2 or 3 different governing chili organizations. You've got International Chili Society, you've got the Chili Appreciation Society, which was Cassie, and you've got Tolbert. Used to be one big happy family years and years ago. Started first World Championship was in 1967 down in Terlingua, Texas. Had 3 cooks, and it was kind of a promotional deal. And then it expanded from then, and then the organizations kind of split apart. Now, the International Chili Society was started in 1975 by Carroll Shelby of the Shelby Mustang fame. He was a big chili guy. And it's grown from there. But yeah, Carla and I've met him through scouting. We got involved here, and when we talked about sanctioning this thing, it's just kind of blossomed and grown. You were right. That very first year, it was like 16 degrees. We lost a few cooks that couldn't get down. We had some cooks coming in from the Midwest.
Almost
that just
lost a
couldn't
wife
get through
over
the ice. Yes, yeah, I did too. You talking about my wife or your wife?
My wife.
Oh no, I did too. Yeah, I did too.
She's
my wife.
like, get out and get the da-da-da-da-da.
Sounds like a George Strait song.
But I lost her at the chili cook-off.
Somewhere along the way.
But the cooks have showed up. They showed up for that cook-off, and we made it work.
We look forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're there to work it or whatever, but man, we have just a good time.
Well, we've had folks come in from the West Coast, from California. We had a lady drove in from just outside of Los Angeles. We've had a cook from North Carolina come in. This year, as I mentioned, we've got folks from Michigan, from Arizona. Right now, as of last night, the last time I checked the registration, we have 6 former world champions that will be competing in this cook-off. But
and folks, if you come out on Saturday, they will share that chili with you. Yep. They are handing out samples. These are world champions. And folks, there's not a bad pot of chili out there. You got to come meet them.
I know that we joke around a lot on this show, but this is, a really big event, and it's a huge deal. there's a lot of work that goes into chili preparation and cooking and those kind of things. And having this thing sanctioned, what a tremendous event right here in our backyard in Huntsville to have a world-class, and I mean it, a world-class event, a sanctioned event. Don, maybe highlight a little bit more about that and just your love for chili, and tell us a little bit about the jacket too, man. I love it. I took a picture of the back of it.
My little Porter Wagner style jacket.
Yeah, tell us about this.
I got started. I like a lot of other folks, and like Carter talked about the community cook-off. That's where I started, right? And I cooked for our church cook-offs, for the school fundraiser cook-offs, and then when I met my current wife, we weren't married at the time. Her brother was real big on the quote-unquote professional chili circuit, and he's been cooking since the mid-'80s. And he said, "Hey, just a couple of cook-offs on Flagstaff I'm gonna go to. Why don't y'all come go with me?" And there was a Route 66 regional cook-off, which was in Flagstaff, Arizona, and the very next day was going to be the Arizona State Championship in Payson, Arizona. So we run out there and we cook. He placed on Saturday at the regional when the rest of us didn't do anything. Then we went over to the Arizona State Championship on Sunday in Payson, and my now wife won the Arizona State Championship.
Wow.
And I said, well, this is a blast. And I said, I don't want to go watch her cook. So that qualified her for the World Championship. That year it was in Manchester, New Hampshire. I didn't want to go just watch her cook. So I got on my phone, started looking at International Chili website for upcoming cook-offs. And I found one the next month was in Shelbyville, Tennessee, which is just south of Nashville. And so went over and cooked that one. And as luck would have it, my second sanctioned cook-off, I won the Tennessee State Championship.
Wow.
Qualified me for the world, went to Manchester, New Hampshire, and tied for 5th in the world my first time out. So then I was hooked. I was hooked forever.
Are you doing the map in your head of where this guy's going to?
All over the country.
We do travel. We've kind of got traveling and cooking chili down to a science. We've got a little cooking bag we take with us, keep it under 50 pounds so we can check it as luggage. And then we have friends, like Carla had mentioned, it's a chili family. We have friends all over the country that host these cook-offs that will help us with a canopy or some tables so we don't have to, figure out a way to lug that stuff there. But we do the same thing here. For cooks coming from out of state, we'll set them up. All they need to do is bring their chili supplies that they're actually going to cook, and we'll have everything else they need. So we got hooked then. Been very blessed, been fortunate. We've got cook-offs across the country that my wife and I have both retired now. She's retired after teaching school for 35 years.
Wow.
And so we travel and we cook. Her brother and his wife do. The International Chili Society is a little unique in its world championship is that it moves around. So they'll bid that out to different cities, and it'll stay sometimes in the same location for 3 or 4 years. The Chili Appreciation Society and Tolbert both have their world championships down in Terlingua the first weekend in November, first Saturday in November every year, but the ICS tends to move around. Last 4 years, it has been in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And knock on wood, Myrtle Beach has been good to us. But a lot of the West Coast cooks are getting tired of having to traverse all the way across the country. So we don't know. We'll probably know in the next week or two where this next World Championship is going to be. But I'm kind of fond of Myrtle Beach. I kind of won my yellow jacket there.
Well, I tend to think big and dream. And I think what y'all are doing here, there's no reason that one day we can say Huntsville, Texas may be the proud home of one of those championships. It could happen, Carla. It could happen.
It could.
Absolutely.
I would love for that to happen.
Absolutely.
We'll have to talk before that happens.
Yeah.
So there
You
was
don't want to drive a limo at the World Championship?
Oh, I'd love to.
So there's
Well,
been
let's do it.
Bring a coach.
International Chili Society has always since we've been on the circuit has done a traditional red category, a chili verde category. And they had a salsa category for a number of years, which they've switched now to a veggie chili. But they added home style a few years back, and probably in 2011, 2012. And the whole idea is, when we come to these cook-offs and it's a sanctioned event, we have the public comes by and they do the chili tasting, and they pick a People's Choice winner. But you always have a local that would say, man, I make a great pot of chili, and I should come compete, just not understanding the restrictions that we have. Many of you know you grew up here in Texas, there's no beans in Texas Red, right? So there's no fillers in our chili. We have a window that we have to cook in. So the International Chili Society said, we'll come up with this new homestyle category. It'll be geared for those local cooks. Anything goes. There's no rules. You can put anything in it. And it really never took off until about 4 years ago. And Bush Beans came over to the International Chili Society and said, we'll write a big $10,000 check to the world champion if you require homestyle to have beans in it. So that's where the homestyle category, having a bean requirement, came from. So traditional red can have no beans, chili verde can have no beans, homestyle has to have beans. So since Bush Beans came in and wrote that nice big world champion, big fat check at the end of the day, there's a lot of folks that are cooking home style now. So that's where the Bush Beans came in. That's where the bean requirement came in. They've been a tremendous supporter for the International Chili Society.
And that might be something to touch on, too, because I know the first year that I was there, I was expecting y'all to get out with like a pot of chili and just warm it up. Maybe tell everyone kind of how that works, how you have to cook everything right there.
Sure. Yeah, great question. The International Chili Society, with the sanctioned cook-off and even the community cook-off as well, yeah, we have a cooking window. So nothing can be pre-cooked. And depending on where the cook-off is, chili is very, very regional. If you're cooking west of Texas, you almost always have to use a cut meat versus a ground beef. That's the kind of chili they're used to. You're cooking to where you're competing, right? So you have a 3-hour window. Your meat can be pre-cut. Typically, what the cooks that are cooking cut meat will pre-cut that, vacuum seal it, and freeze it. But it can be no seasoning, cannot be marinated anyway. That all has to be done within that 3-hour window. So it puts some little restrictions on what you can and can't use. Obviously, some folks will do a good brisket chili, but you're not going to smoke a brisket and get the right level that you want in that chili in a 3-hour window. So, yeah, everything has to be cooked and prepared on site. You don't have to use the whole 3 hours, but you can't use more than that 3 hours. Now, once you set your canopy up or your cook station up, you can start prepping. You just can't start cooking. Does that make sense? Yep. So a lot of folks don't realize that. We've had some cooks that want to cook, but again, they want to use something like that smoked brisket or smoked barbacoa, and it makes a tremendous chili, but it doesn't meet the requirements. And again, it's just trying to level the playing field for the competition.
Kyle just said, boom, home style it is. Brisket chili will be on its way. And then he said, okay, maybe not. So here is
Slow down, homeboy.
So here is a question, though, for you, Don and Carla. You know, Kyle was asking, hey, someone talking about himself who may want to cook needs he was asking the rules. Y'all have already went over those. Is it too late for somebody to register to come cook?
Absolutely not. If they'll go out to our website, chili, CHILLY, .josiescoutlodge.org, you can still register to cook. All of the rules are out on the website. You can look at a page to see who you'll be competing against. All of our competitors' names are out there. It is not too late. We would love to have you.
Yep, and they have Carla has all of the rules or links to the rules on that website. For if you're going to cook in the ICS sanctioned event, you can go out to their website as well, chiliCookoff.com, and find their rules. We follow those rules absolutely to a T.
I mean, we're down to.
Yeah, you can let them know I just sent the information to them.
Awesome. Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah,
Sign
Kyle's
up.
got it. I think that'd be cool. You know, Kyle Kreiner, do you know Kyle by any chance?
Name's ringing a bell, but I don't think we've met.
Yeah, Kyle, he makes one of the best briskets I've ever had in my life. We call him the brisketeer of Huntsville for a reason. But I would love to see him go out there because he has a passion and a love for cooking. I would love to see him out there at the cook-off.
Come on out, Kyle. We would love to meet you.
We'd love to have you cook.
He's a Trip 98 parent.
Well, that answered
scouter.
that.
So
I
we,
knew I liked the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'd love for you to compete, but even for those folks that aren't comfortable competing yet, come out and taste all the chili that's out there and just see what folks are turning in. You can see what folks are competing with.
Now, Carla, I do want to ask you, if you want to come out and taste, you can buy tasting kits. Is that correct? How
Absolutely.
does that work?
Got a couple of different options. You can buy 6 samples for $5. You can also buy a wristband this year, $20, and that lets you sample as much as you want to sample.
There you go.
And we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60 cooks out there. Lots and lots of chili to sample.
Do we want to kind of touch on, we're not really changing the venue, but we're changing a little bit?
We're going to a different corner of the Josie Lodge property. We will be at the ball field this year. Lots and lots of open, flat space, so come on down. It's on the corner of Josie and Sam Houston.
Well, I want to give some good news. So we're looking at Saturday, February the 1st for this event.
Correct.
Here's the good news. Rain on Friday.
None on Saturday.
Saturday, look at this. 66 degrees and mostly sunny.
Perfect chili
Now,
weather.
I want
Wow.
to tell you something. We have fought the weather All 3 years
Oh,
we've
yeah.
done this. This year, I put in an order early on that I wanted perfect chilly weather, and God has delivered.
You put in the prayer early.
Early and often and loud, and he listened. We're supposed to have perfect weather, and I am so excited.
Oh, but you said, if it be thy will, and the Lord said, okay, all right. So there you go.
Anything to get this woman off the phone.
That's good. Well, we're so thankful, Carla and Don. What an absolute pleasure to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for
I
having
don't
us.
think we've ever had royalty.
No, we've never. You're the royalty that we've had, and I like what Billy said. We should have rolled out the red chili carpet. We forgot about it, but I'm looking forward to this event. I know it's a great event. I haven't had a chance to go yet, Carla, and I really want to try to get out there this year. The kids are grown up a little bit more now, and makes it a little bit easier to get out of the house now once
There's
they grow
some stuff
up.
for the kids to do as well.
We've got some kids' activities scheduled for this year, too. Bring them on out.
Awesome. And there will be vendors, of course, right? Other vendors?
Absolutely. I had another vendor register this morning, so we're at probably about 35 to 40 vendors out there.
If somebody, so you just said someone registered this morning. If somebody wants to come out, they can also be a vendor. Is that correct? How does that work?
Absolutely. Same thing. Go back to that same website. You'll find information about being a vendor and a link to register.
Awesome.
We have not talked about our entertainment.
Yeah, please do.
We
Please.
will have live entertainment on the stage all day long. They're all local performers. And we have a fantastic variety. There will be some rock and roll out there. There will be gospel. There will be country. We have a juggler coming out this year. We're really excited about that. That'll be different than anything we've had in the past. So all day long, there's going to be something to do, something to see, something to hear, and some fabulous chili to taste starting at 11 o'clock. Vendor market opens at 9. Entertainment starts at 10. Chili's ready at 11.
This will be old school wholesome. Just an entire day with your family and friends.
And you can bring your lawn chairs, I would assume. Can you bring your lawn chairs? Bring your...
I don't know why you would want to, but we don't care if you do.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
We'll have some picnic tables out on the
Okay.
grounds for folks to just sit and relax and chat a little bit. So
That $20 wristband sounds like a really good deal, by the way. So
it is.
I think I get one for my duties as assigned.
Yeah. Just don't.
Was that a hint, Billy?
Yes,
that
yes,
was
ma'am.
that was subtle, dude.
Well, no, you promised me some other stuff too. I won't let you forget. We'll do that off air though.
Yeah.
Gonna have to remember what I promised.
Oh, I have it in a text message.
Don't worry. You got documentation.
I wired this thing up.
Well, great. Well, so good to have y'all on. Don, thank you again for coming today. And
You
Carla,
bet.
we just love you and appreciate you. You've been a friend of this program and just a tremendous friend of this community. And we just so appreciate all that you do here for Huntsville, especially you two, Don. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having us.
Thanks for having us. I enjoy coming to visit with you guys.
You bet. Well, there it is. Chili at the Lodge, February the 1st. So get on down there and get the rest of it, as Billy and I always say. And get those $20 wristbands, and you literally can get the rest of it. So come be a part of this great family event.
Get all of it.
You can get all of it. Yeah, it ain't just the rest of it. Come get all of it. Chili at the Lodge. And again, more information is online. You can go to their website, josiescoutlodge.org/chili. And then there's a link there that says click for more information, and that will easily redirect you over to the main website as well. So
We'll put that on our page too.
yeah, we'll get it out there. We'll put an article up on the website as well for you. So
Thank you.
We get a whole article.
get a whole article. Yes, ma'am.
I'm touched.
All right.
You want me to write it?
Yeah, we'll get Billy to do it. Billy's got this he can write really fast on that keyboard.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I can probably do 2 words a minute.
We'll get it next year. So we'll have it in time for the next one.
I got talk to text. We're fine.
We'll take a break. Hey, we're going to give away a Cafe Texan gift card, a couple other goodies, and all you got to do this morning, text in your name. If you could do that to us, just text in your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. We'll step aside, we'll take a break, and we'll wrap it up in a minute. Our next segment and our streaming is brought to you by Huntsville Memorial Hospital. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a fabulous Friday.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Imagine a professional office space that elevates your business image without the corporate price tag. Huntsville Executive Office Suites are coming soon to Lake Road. Enjoy high-speed internet, a fully equipped kitchen, and 24/7 secure access. Take advantage of our live answering service, advertising on our outdoor video sign, and a convenient location just a quarter mile from SHSU. Lease terms start at 6 months. Call Raven Property Management at 936-225-4378. Huntsville Executive Office Suites. Grow your business without outgrowing your budget. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
Welcome back, friends. 8:34 as we wrap up here just a little bit.
Elvis has left the building.
Man, that guy is awesome.
Yeah, he is.
I'll tell you, when you get around someone like Carla Christian, you just can't help but be happy and have joy. I always just love being around her, and just the vibe that she puts out. She is just a nice, kind-hearted, wonderful person to be around.
Her whole family's that way.
Man, just good people. So, well, hey, welcome back as we get rolling here on this final segment. As always, our streaming is brought to you by Huntsville Memorial Hospital. They've been serving this community for quite some time. We are very, very blessed and privileged to have a hospital right here in Huntsville. And so if you need medical care and assistance, go see our friends at Huntsville Memorial Hospital. They are doing a great job in our community, serving folks here when they need it. And, you know, your health it can be a scary thing, and it's good to have somebody that you can go to and feel comfortable knowing that you're going to be taken care of.
Where do you think them bubbles come from?
Carbonation.
Yeah.
But how?
Yeah, I mean.
It's just randomly bubbling.
It starts at the bottom, and it's all in the same spot.
What's that rap song? We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Man, that's great, Billy. I really do want
That's
to.
enough to make my. Look, it's going faster now.
It's coming from one
They're
little
all
center
coming
part.
from one spot.
One spot, yeah. It makes you wonder if there's some sort of hidden agenda inside of those things. Something going to your brain when you drink that.
Damn government.
Well, Billy, I really am. I'm excited about this chili at the lodge, man. I
It's a
haven't
good time.
went before, and I need to get out there. I know that they've asked me to come out and eat before.
I can't hear me.
They've asked me to come out and judge before, and I can't. I've never been able to commit because of the little ones. You know, it's hard for me to commit to things, but I can at least go out there.
I've judged before, and it's a big deal.
Are you going to be out there?
Yes,
that day?
Miss Carla's giving me a job, and I plan on being the best judge limo chauffeur driver she ever had.
Oh, are you?
I'll be the first one. I'll be the best one.
Are you limoing?
I'm limoing the judges from their parking area to the lodge.
Oh, that's sweet, man.
Or at least that's what I'm under the impression I'm doing.
I think it includes a $20 bracelet.
Anyone who's ever worked for the state understands that when you sign, there's a little asterisk at the bottom that says "and other job duties as assigned."
That's Huntsville in general.
Yeah.
You do it.
Hey, I know you're here to do this, but we really need you to do that.
I'm going to tell you, if you're new to Huntsville or you're thinking about coming here, get ready, because if you're told to do something, you better do it.
You get voluntold for stuff.
Yeah, you don't say, "Oh, well, I don't know."
It's not really. No, just get on in here.
Yeah, because you better get on down there and do it.
Just do it now.
Quentin Glaze, by the way, our number one engager, said this. He said TDCJ was the 2022 Chili Cook first place champion.
Of what event?
Yeah, what event, Quentin? I know there's multiple events that you can be a part of. So, do they have a local type? You don't like the
Elks
non-sanctioned.
Lodge is having a chili cook-off this weekend.
Yeah, so. Didn't Melissa Barham and
they won it? They won the community part of it last year, I think.
That's what it was.
On Saturday, everyone's cooking. The pros, the community, the youth, they're all cooking at the same time. You can sample everybody's chili. And I'm a scoutmaster, so normally when scouts cook something, you get scared. I've never had a bad chili. I've had some that I didn't care for, but they weren't bad. But the community, 18 and over, that person, whoever wins the community, gets to compete with the big boys on Sunday.
Yeah, because Deanna Irwin and Melissa and them, they had a group and won that. Yeah, that's pretty cool that folks can do that, and be a part of it.
And I can't remember if that was like Advantage Specialties did that, if it was just them as friends doing that, or.
I think it was. I think Advantage Specialties got together and did it all together, if I'm not mistaken. So
I got to watch it with them. I ordered some more stuff yesterday.
I
want to go broke buying from them.
It was pretty neat, to have those folks and just to have people that want to give back and want to be a part of this community. And those events are those type of events that do that. That's what I love about Huntsville. There's so many unique things that happen. And it's kind of like when I grew up and people, there's nothing to do here. There's plenty to do if you just get up and look.
There's going to be something to do next Saturday, I guarantee.
All right, well, let's head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We have a winner today. If I can get this system going here, for a Cafe Texan gift card and a couple little Hello Huntsville goodies. I got new stuff that's came in.
Hello? What's up? Are you okay?
Yeah. Hello, can you help me?
Yeah.
What's up, sister?
Oh, what's up?
Just hanging out with
Hey,
Rob.
quit talking to Billy like that. Good night.
Oh, hey, Billy, what's up?
We're friends. Leave us alone.
We friends.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you have at least one friend, Rob.
That don't even sound like, this is my sister. She was what do you call it? Is it nepotism? Is that what happens on this show? Man. Is that what it is?
Nepotism, decrepitism.
Isn't that what it is? Like when your family wins stuff, it's called nepotism or something,
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Don't be like that.
You can't give it to you. Sorry. We have rules on this show. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
What? I was going to give it to Billy because Billy's always helping you out and take care of you.
Oh, well,
damn right.
He ain't taking care of me. No, he is. You know what? Billy came to my house and put in a garage door. And I've given him but I haven't given him enough If you need a garage door, you go see this man. If you need one fixed, he went out of his way and put in a whole new one for us. Mm-hmm. And you know why he did it? Because he said, he came to the house and he goes, "I'm worried about your kids. This thing falling on them."
Oh man, he'd raise that thing. It was like a giant taco. It was folding in the middle. He had some rods shoved off in there, and they're bending. I'm like, someone's gonna die.
So, hey, are you at work right now over there? My sister works she works at the county. What is it? County Extension Office, right? Is that what you call it?
No, I work for the Department of
Way
Agriculture.
off.
And the branch I work for is the Farm Service Agency.
Oh, the
So
FSA.
we help farmers and ranchers with disaster programs. So like whenever there's a drought or lightning strikes your livestock, or we have
Wait!
a
Lightning
severe
strikes your
nasal-
lightning strikes your livestock.
I need
Yes.
help with my farming operation right now.
Do y'all? Hey, when that happens, I mean, do they cook medium rare or what happens?
Probably. I don't know.
What?
Only you, man.
No, but I'm serious. What do y'all do if a farmer called in and said lightning just killed a bunch of my cows? I mean, what would you do?
We have a program for that. It's called the Livestock Indemnity Program.
Yeah, but Rob, I think
So-
what you're getting at is a farmer would be responsible for the disposition of those animals.
Well, she said they have a program for it, though. What is it? Is it reimburse the farmers?
Yes.
Oh, it's like cow insurance.
If lightning strikes your livestock and there's death loss above and beyond normal mortality rate, we have a program for that. Yes.
Oh.
It's called the Livestock
Funeral home.
Indemnity Program.
Y'all got something like that, Billy?
No, we don't have any moo insurance.
Man.
We got something that'll cover the farmer.
The cow can't pre-plan.
I mean, hell, I guess. Come on in, I'll try.
The cow's pre-planning. If you brought the cow and the cow could talk, it'd be like, "Turn me to steak."
Would definitely be a cremation.
We ain't turning you to steak. Definitely not embalming them suckers either, man.
Greg's got a really nice pit that we can do those on.
Well, all right, sis. Hey, we'll give you a Cafe Texan gift card. You're coming into town here before too long, too. So we'll see. Tell us about you. My niece, your daughter Zoe, is going to the student orientation type deal, right, at Sam Houston. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the student day. I forget what they call it, but it's the day where they have booths and meet the professors and different things, so you can go ask questions about financial aid and
what their political beliefs are. Yeah.
dorms.
Hey, I'm
and
going to
all that
need you
kind of
to, yeah,
stuff.
they'll tell you their political beliefs. I'm going to need you to swing by the funeral home while you're in town.
Yeah.
We're going to ask everybody if they know Rob Hitt while we're there.
No, don't mention me.
You trying to get that girl kicked out? She ain't even kicked in.
Yeah, don't mention my name. They, I don't broadcast over there anymore. They don't want nothing to do with me, so you don't keep my name out of it.
Yeah, they're going to tell you Blenn's over in Bryan.
Yeah. Go right on down there. You heard of Cam Newton? All right. Well, there you go. It's my sister, Rebecca. We better let you get back to work. I know your boss over there. He don't want you.
It could be a catastrophe right now.
Yeah, catastrophe.
No. Hey, but seriously, I want to give those to Billy because
Great.
Billy deserves some Cafe Texan tickets.
Absolutely.
So he can go eat.
All right, I'll give him
Your
one.
sister knows what's up.
All right, I'll give him one. Thanks a lot.
Well, you were just saying
now it's really
earlier that Billy
nepotism,
doesn't-
Now I'm over here starving to death. She's just trying to take care of me. All you want to do is for me to talk and make jokes.
Viewership went through everybody's excited because they think they can win, and then they're like, "What is this hogwash?"
Yeah,
some sort of third rate,
No.
some sort of scam,
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot for scamming us.
No.
Sis, if he doesn't give it to me, I'm just going to beat him up. So.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, okay.
Billy
We'll
don't
do
know
that for me.
Billy doesn't know this commercial, but if I can't beat a new car Kia deal in Texas, I'm just gonna give it to you.
You told me about this.
Bill Dickinson. All right, sis.
No,
Love you.
but seriously, give him to Billy because.
Well, don't say them. Give the one to him. It's not like we're giving away like 20 of them.
Just give me this
Well,
stamp.
I know that.
All right. Love you, sis. Hey, real quick, Billy's got a question for you.
Other than me, what are you thankful for?
Wait. You didn't say it right, Billy. You always say it in a certain tone. Hold on. Here it is.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for all my family and friends.
Wait. For what?
For all my friends.
Wait, for what? It kept cutting out.
All my family and friends.
I kept muting
Why
you.
are you being?
I kept
Why
muting
are you being such a? Why are you being
Did you
such a
ever beat
turd
him up
today?
when he was younger?
Yeah, she did.
Yes,
she was mean
I
to me.
did.
She was
What's the
I
age
did.
difference?
8,
And there's
7.
multiple times on his show where he's talked about me writing accident all over his
Yeah, she
folders
did.
and stuff.
Yeah, she got mad with a permanent marker. One time, I used to leave the door open when I'd go to the restroom. She threw me out in the front yard because she said, you need to learn how to start. And I was a little kid. She threw me, in all God's glory out in the front yard. And I hid in between the screen door and the door.
Me and Crystal are 8 years apart.
That was Charles, Ryan, and I that did that because Mama had just given you a bath, and you were running around with your towel on, flashing me and Charles Ryan. We got fed up with it, so we threw you out in the front yard and locked the back door and the front door.
There you go.
And then Mama comes looking for you, and we're like, I don't know. And you were on the front porch crying. We got in so much trouble for that.
No wonder your mama told me to be sure to look after you.
Hey, well, you know what Bridget's brothers did to her when she was little? They took a belt and tied it around her ankles and hung her upside down in the closet.
God almighty.
I was like, how do you do that? All right. Well, sis, love you. We'll give that to Billy.
All right.
All right.
Love
Have a
you
good day.
Y'all have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
There you go. Nepotism at its finest. There was a county down south of San Antonio, and on all the political signs, it would all say Trevino, Trevino, Trevino for mayor, Trevino for city council, Trevino for school board. Well, guess what, Billy? They were all related.
Oh, yeah, they were taking over that town.
They did. And Bexar County out of San Antonio had to interject, and it wasn't even their county. They sent the DA or somebody from that county down to this county in South Texas to clean house. They started running the whole city. That'd be kind of cool one day. Cawthon for mayor. Cawthon for medical examiner. Is that a position you run for whenever you have
Some counties actually have a county coroner that's an elected position.
Williamson County doesn't. I know y'all got to go like 5 hours, right, to the medical examiner?
We go to Fort Bend.
How far is that?
It's about a 2.5 hours.
So 2.5 there, 2.5 back. Yeah, that's what Jason was telling me. Williamson County, they're approaching well over 1 million people now, and they don't have a medical examiner's office. They got to go to Travis County. Well, they think in the next 10 years, state law, by the way, I think if you have 2 million plus, you have to have one in your county. And they think in the next 10 years that they're going to have an examiner's office there in my county that I grew up in. But I never even thought about that. I thought every county had one, but apparently no.
When I first started at the funeral home in 2008, we were driving all the way to Dallas.
Goodness.
Yeah. And I've made that trip to Dallas and back 3 times in one day.
Did you ever go to Fort Worth or Ennis? Does Fort Worth?
No, I remember I went to Austin one time. And when I showed up, like their medical examiners have like the blue jackets with the yellow letter and the badge and the gun. I'm like, what the hell you got a gun for?
Well, it's definitely blue if you're down there. Anyway, Billy, real quick, restaurant report. Whoop 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 whoop. Oh, wait. Hold on. It's the Billy Cawthon Restaurant Report. Where are we eating today? Let's find out with Billy Cawthon.
Boy, that was kind of Buddy Abram there.
Hey, you need some radio ads.
Point of order.
Point of order. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, good thing Buddy doesn't listen.
No, he'd love it. I tell Buddy, you know what? He can dish it and he can take it. And I love joking with Buddy. I love me some Buddy.
Don't park in the handicap spot at Rotary.
Point of order.
Whoo.
The Mercedes is coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I think if you can't walk, you shouldn't be allowed to drive a motor home.
That's right. All right.
We're going, as we refer to it at the funeral home, we're going to the Potato Shack.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for. Actually, I already knew because we talked about it.
Yeah, it's not like it's new information.
I thought that we ran out of places to eat, and then I started thinking, Five Loaves, Potato Shack. I mean, there's...
we keep saying Five Loaves every time.
And we never go.
Look, it's cold out there today. I need a one, what do they call that? A chicken fried steak or the hot wing potato or... They got a whole bunch of stuff on the menu there.
We're going to the Potato Shack today at noon. I got to be over at Odell's at 1, so I definitely will be there on time. But Potato Shack
Yeah,
at
because you don't
noon.
want to be late to Odell.
No. What are you doing late? I ain't going to cut your hair
You'll
out.
just lose your spot.
Bob ain't going to cut your hair. You need some little hair cut down here. Now, come on now.
He's great, man, but when he talks to you, and like he's looking in the mirror and you're looking in the mirror and he's holding a conversation, and it's like, dude, if you just turn, I'm right down here.
I love that man. He is a good man.
Oh, he's great.
You know, he when we get Spirit Radio over the FM airwaves, I'm going to have him come on and share his testimony.
Play his banjo.
Yeah, what the Lord did in his life helped me through one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with in my life when I lost my dad. And he knew nothing about it. And I'd prayed, and Odell was the answer to that prayer. And he just means a lot to me. He's a good man, and I love going into a place, Billy, where I feel like it was a barbershop I grew up in, where there's a guy there telling stories, and you'll go in there, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 other people will sit down in there, and it's just everybody talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the barbershop was where you got your news back in the day. The town news, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just love going in there and learning about people. And Odell has a plethora of jokes. He's not going to run out of them. So if you need some Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes, go in there and talk to him. So
yeah, I remember being a kid over at G&O Barbershop in that place. That little old building was packed with people all the time.
Is there a place here called High Hair? I think it's like across the street over here.
High Haircut.
Yeah, Jason yesterday, our pastor, he's like, hey, I got to get going. I got to go get a haircut. I was like, where are you going? He goes, High Haircut. I was like, what are you?
I used to get my haircut
It's
there.
called High Haircut. I love that.
It's Mr. Wynn.
Oh, I bet he does a good job too.
He does, and he's amazing because you drive by and people that drive by are like, that dude's working out of that old building. You know, he's got 2 kids and he has put both of them through medical school.
On high haircuts.
On cutting hair, and it used to be like $6 or $3, or it was ridiculously cheap.
Wow.
But he's one of those dudes. He puts you in the chair, wraps the thing around you, and you tell him what you want, and that's it. There's no talking. There's no how's your mom and them, what's your credit score, none of that stuff. He just cuts your hair, and you pay the man and tip him, and he thanks you, and you leave.
And then nothing else.
I mean, the whole time I went there, he had the same damn magazines. They were all like
1982.
Well, yeah, they were all like 5 years old. But you'd sit down and read one.
It's revolutionary.
Seems like I've read this before.
Revolutionary technology. The Commodore 64 has hit the market, still on the desk.
Are you ready to update your pager?
Imagine
if you had a car in your phone, or a phone in your car.
Now with wood grain, the all-new station wagon.
The Tandy 8000.
All right, well, hey, that's going to wrap it up. Fun show today. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Again, big thank you to Don Cullum and also, of course, Carla Christian from the Josie Scout Lodge. Great event coming up, and we wouldn't be able to have fun and bring you this show and highlight events like that without our friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Go by and get your pre-planning done. Don't put that burden on your family when your time comes. It's I've got the folder, super simple to fill out. It takes you, less than a minute to go through there and fill that thing out. And I'll tell you what I'll do. Next week I'll give that to you, Billy, on the show. That's what I'll do. I'll give you that folder back on the show next week. And remind me because I'll forget, but I will. And that way we can put it to action and show people just how easy it is.
Even if you just want to come by and pick up the folder, even better, you can go online at SHMFH, the initials of the funeral home. I have to tell people this 5 times a day.
Shaking my head.
S is in Sam, H is in Houston, M is in Memorial. So SHMFH.com. And you can go to, what is it?
Plan Ahead.
Yeah, Plan Ahead.
There it is.
Bam. Click, click, click. You there, you done.
Pre-planning checklist. Right there. That's it, right?
Yeah. And you can even, it'll ask you, like your name, date of birth, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. And, like what you want, cremation, traditional. It's simple, just a click of a mouse. And you have an option of, you can leave a comment. And if you just want to put on there, don't contact me, or just put this on file for me, whatever. If you say don't contact you, just put it on file. Hey, buddy, road done. I'll make a folder with your name on it. It goes in a file cabinet. It's locked behind 2 sets of doors. It's there. If we ever need it, we have it. If not, we don't mess with it.
Yeah, just put the link there. You go to the website, and then there's an online pre-planning form, super easy to fill out, and that'll get you taken care of.
Or if you want to come sit in my new office and laugh at stuff, then come on down. I'm there.
Or watch the weather.
Yeah, we can watch the weather
Boy,
together.
look at that radar sweep over the last 5 minutes.
Oh, let me tell you, y'all, I've gotten so doggone old. I have a little book. There's a drawer, and there's a notepad in there, and I've started. Y'all gonna laugh at me. I've started writing down the channels of the stations I like the Weather Channel is like 362, and Sanford and Son comes on like 67. And I have it noted in there, like, which show to watch on that channel.
Then one day you're watching, like, I don't agree with that agenda, and then you see a little pin mark through that channel. All right, this is great, Billy.
Who needs Facebook when you got a notebook?
Yeah, that's right, man. Well, hey, we love you. We appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out with us this week. We will be back at it next week. Got some interviews lined up as well, and so make sure you join us on Monday with our friends from Walker County Federal Credit Union, 7:30 a.m. Until then, we'll see you. Come join us, please, at noon at Potato Shack. It is the Billy Cawthon Restaurant Report. Until then, as I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we are not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not, friends. So please, provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. One final time, good morning. God bless. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we will see you. Thank you, Billy and Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Thank you.
See y'all.